Hey guys, welcome back to Reading from the Thea, and today I'm going to be reading Thea Stilton Thea Stilton, The Treasure of the Sea. Queen Anemone's Music. We arrived at the Pink Pearl Castle, our hearts filled with hope. Soon we would give the sea violin back to Queen Anemone and Aquamarina would be saved. First we had to swim through the coral wall, but this time we passed through as guests. No, not prisoners, so we were no danger from its stinging branches. Traveling with fairies is much easier, Pam commented. Polina touched her arm where it had been stung by the coral and smiled. Thanks to the fairies of the deep, it was fine. The turtle stopped in front of the entrance and main entrance. We climbed off and thanked them for their help. Thank you for saving our Velam, one of the fairies said. Inside the castle it was strangely quiet. I don't see a single fairy anywhere, Colette remarked as we walked down the long hallways lined with pink pearls. Finally we came to Queen Anemone's throne room. All the fairies of the court were there waiting for us, and the queen was seated on her throne. Come forward, please, she said. We walked past the rows of fairies and stopped in front of Queen Anemone. I'm so happy to see you again. We have been worried about you, she said. It was a difficult mission, Will explained, but we completed it. He produced the sea violin and the four strings. The queen smiled and rose to her feet. I could see tears in her blue eyes. Aquamarina is saved, thanks to you, she said, coming toward us. The fairies all clapped, smiling brightly. I looked happily at the Thea sisters and Will. What a joyful moment. Will handed the sea violin and its strings to the queen. She brought it back to her throne. Working quickly and carefully, she put the strings back on the instrument. Then she looked at the violin and smiled. She produced a long bow made of red coral, tucked the violin under her chin, and began to play. A beautiful melody filled the throne room. I had never heard anything like it. It was intense music, sad and happy at the same time. As the music played, everyone around us seemed to glow with new light and bright colors. The fairies' dresses shone in beautiful hues. Their hair became shinier and their eyes brighter. A rainbow appeared arching across the throne room. It reflected of the mother of pearl walls and illuminated Queen Anemone's throne. Then the queen stopped playing. Slowly, color and life will return to Aquamarina, she said, and it's all thanks to you. We're happy to help, Your Majesty, she said with a bow. However, I would like to know who's responsible for the theft, she said. Before we could respond, we heard a clatter outside the throne room. We all turned to look. It's a culprit hermit crab, cried Pam. What is he doing here? Asked Colette. We held our breaths as the crab entered the room. The mystery of the crab. We all watched as the cobra hermit crab walked up to Queen Anemone's throne, his claws clacking against the polished floor. Your Majesty, I beseech you, he said, stop playing the sea violin. The queen looked puzzled. You know I cannot do that. This music keeps our rhythm alive, and it also breaks my heart, said the hermit crab. When I hear it, I plummet into despair. That's why I stole the sea violin. The fairies gasped. Silence, please, the queen told them. I know it was a terrible thing to do, the crab continued. Indeed it was, Queen Anne agreed. I realized that your friends chose to face the danger quest. I set them on to find the four strings, he said. The queen nodded. Our friends have good hearts and have saved Aquamarina, and I have a wicked heart, said the hermit crab. Part of me hoped they would fail. I ask for your forgiveness. Queen Anemone turned to us. What happened when you brought this hermit crab the four strings? Did he try to trick you or go back on his bargain? Yes. No, Your Majesty, Will said. He gave us the sea violin as he promised. But he looked very sad, Polina added. I must go before you play the violin again, said the Cobra Hermit Crab. I forgive you, said the Queen, stepping up to him. To everyone's surprise, she placed a kiss on the Hermit Crab's head. Suddenly, a vortex of water and fairy dust swirled through the room. When it subsided, the Hermit Crab was gone, and in his place was a handsome prince. Queen Anemone stared into the eyes of the prince. Tears ran down her cheeks. Natalius, is it really you? She cried with joy. But Nautilus held his arms out in front of him and stared at them in wonder. He touched his face. I don't know how it's possible, but yes, my love, it's really me. Then he hugged her tightly. Hooray for Prince Natilius and Queen Anemone, the fairies rejoiced. What happened to you? The Queen asked Natilius. Where have you been all this time? It is a long story and a strange story. It is a long and strange story, Prince Natalius said, and we all listen intently as he told his tale. Right after we became engaged, I had reason to travel across infinite abyss. Began, I know how dangerous that place can be, but I felt fearless. I was halfway across when I felt a dark force coming from the deep. I saw Violet shudder. She remembered that dark pool very well. Without thinking, I looked down. The prince continued. I was sucked into the abyss. A kind of fish helped me return to the surface, but by then it was too late. By now we were starting to understand what had happened. I fell victim to the evil magic of the abyss. I was transformed to the Cobra Hermit Crab, the prince explained. That's terrible, the queen said. The queen cried. After I transformed, I lost my memory, Prince Natalius continued. I was adrift and alone, and every night when you played the music of the sea violin, I felt terribly sad. I didn't understand why, but now I know it was because my broken heart missed you so much. I stole the sea violin because I couldn't bear the sadness. Oh, Natalius, if only I had known it was you, Queen Anemone cried. Natalius nodded to us. These good strangers touched something in me. I did not want to see Aqua Marina disappear, and then when I came here, our love broke the curse, the queen finished. Now that I've found you again, I'll never leave, he said, getting down on one knee. Will you be my wife? Yes, she replied, and everyone cheered.